Hi guys, for this reading, we're going to be channeling how you should go about a situation that you're currently nervous about. Before we get to it, I want you guys to put this video on pause. I want you guys to try a psychic exercise because I do believe that everybody can tap into this energy of trying to channel, getting visions, getting messages, or strong intuitive hits. It's just a matter of practicing and also believing. So yeah, I would want you guys to put the video on pause, ask spirit which pile is going to be yours. Is it going to be pile 1? Is it going to be pile 2? Which reading is yours? And like give it 5 to 10 minutes, see if you're able to see anything, get any strong vibes, feelings. Maybe you'll hear something, who knows. And if it doesn't work in this video, maybe try one of my other videos. Definitely let me know below, comment, and tell me if it worked or not. All right, and then feel free to subscribe if you like the content. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and my podcast. And also I offer readings, okay? Website is below. All right, so let's get to it. So for pile 1, we're gonna roll some dice. And let's see if these resonate in some type of way, or maybe this is something you saw or felt. So we have Aries, the number 8, and Neptune. All right, so we have Neptune, we have the number 8, and we have Aries. All right, and now for pile 2, we have the number 8, we have Pisces, and we have Mars. All right, so we have Mars, we have Pisces, and we have the number 8. And I almost feel like I should have explained what I'm going to be doing for this reading, like to see how you guys should be going about a situation. I'm going to shuffle the cards, and then I'm going to look for the Fool in Tarot. And we're going to look at the card on the left side and the card on the right side. And then from there, we're going to start pulling cards. And then I want to tell you guys what I channeled based off my meditation for each reading, okay? All right, guys, so I'm going to start with pile 1. Pile 1, what I meditated on for you guys in regards to how you should handle a situation you're nervous about. I was channeling big Aries energy. Just go for it despite not knowing the outcome. I felt like I was seeing a ram in the cosmos, which makes sense. That's symbolic for Aries. And then I felt like I was seeing like the Wheel of Fortune, that big, that circular thing. I felt like Queen of Wands energy, like somebody just passionately going for something despite not knowing like where it's going. All right, so that being said, let's shuffle these cards. Let's find out where the Fool is. Ooh. How should pile 1 handle a situation they're nervous about? All right, so No way. It's all the way in the beginning. Okay, here we go. So we have the Hierophant on the left side, and then we have Knight of Wands in reverse on the right side. All right. So now I'm going to pull cards. Okay. All right, I'm going to begin channeling. How should pile 1 handle a situation they're currently nervous about? I'm seeing a lot of light. And I feel like I'm seeing you guys climb something. Something that's difficult, not easy. I almost feel like possibly meditating on this would help you guys, because I felt like I was seeing you guys premeditate this situation, like either the outcome or what you should do. And I think it helps you guys in some type of way. How should you guys handle a situation you're currently nervous about? I feel like by just being positive, like that's what I keep seeing, like basically your eyes closed yet having positive thoughts. And wait, hold on one second. We had the number 8, we had Aries and Neptune. So Neptune rules Pisces. So these are the things that we daydream about, that we, the things that we really enjoy in our minds, that we want to make a reality. This is how we manifest those things, which is a very Aries-like energy, which is why I feel like this is why I was channeling Aries. But it's like in order for the action to happen, to manifest it in the physical world, you guys are, that's interesting. Almost manifesting what actually happens in reality by creating it in your head first. Ooh, that's interesting. And you know why? The number 8, I'm thinking of the 8th house in astrology, which can be about manifestation practices, because it's one way of looking at the 8th house is the occult, like the secret, the mysteries of life. And that is magic. That is the magic that a lot of people don't realize or know about, because they usually give up on it too quickly. So how should you guys go about a situation you're nervous about? It's almost as if like you don't actually have to do anything. I feel like this is why Knight of Wands is coming through in reverse. Think about the reality you want of the, like the outcome, and you can do it. It's almost like magic in a sense. The World in reverse and 4 Cups in reverse. So endings and taking a cup from the universe. Like the cup, the universe is offering you guys a cup. So when something ends, something new begins. So I almost feel like there's like a new beginning here. Oh my God, this is definitely what I was channeling when I felt like the Queen of Wands, and she was kind of like the Wheel of Fortune, where she moves the tick, 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 and like, which one is it going to land on? This is like how I was seeing you guys. Something new is starting. Trusting the universe. There we go. There's the message. Trusting what you don't know. Number 8, 8th house. You never know with that shit. Hold on one second. How should you guys handle a situation you're nervous about? Ace of Wands in reverse. I almost feel like, but I'm going to channel it. Like, again, it goes back to not needing to act. Like, you don't need to literally do anything. Just let the universe work for you, because if you do that, it's going to work in your favor. Knight of Wands again. Okay. The Empress, bottom of the deck. I love it. Okay, so how should you guys handle a situation you're currently nervous about? I feel like you guys can physically hold yourselves back. That's the energy I'm picking up on. You guys may feel intuitively an outcome and may get nervous about it, or, you know, you may want to react or act in a certain kind of way, but it's like Spirit is saying you don't need to do that. Like, kind of like go with the flow energy. And I feel like that's also why Neptune's coming through. Because Neptune rules Pisces, and with that type of energy, you can potentially just go with the flow and realize that things are happening for you, right? Not to you. It's almost as if, like, if you were to honor that energy in this situation, it's going to have, like, you're going to have a better time versus doing something. It's almost like Spirit is saying, do nothing and something's going to happen for you. Let's pull some oracle cards. And I really feel like, so Venus rules this energy of the Empress, and Venus is like that bridge. Well, Venus rules Libra and Taurus, but there's something about being like that higher octave energy on the spiritual side of things, like just understanding that you are loved and supported no matter what. If you guys can embody that energy in this situation, I feel like Spirit is saying it's going to work out. Mending. Higher power. Fork in the road. Tick-tock. So I feel like whatever situation you guys are nervous about, like time is ticking. Never-ending story. Okay, so let's channel this. How should you guys handle the situation? I am picking up on Pisces energy, like in your guys' mind. So I'm going to open my eyes. With Pisces energy, it's kind of like to be able to communicate Pisces energy is difficult because it's kind of like thinking of the ocean. Can you touch the bottom of the ocean? There's so much in the ocean. But yet we know the things that exist within the ocean. We know eventually you guys can go back to shore. It's hard to describe with Pisces energy. It's more of just a feeling, which is why I feel like it's so easy to get lost in Pisces energy. I almost feel like the Pisces energy is in your mind and you're just so unsure as to how to handle the situation. You may kind of sort of know, but not really. And I almost feel like that's why you shouldn't act based on instinct, which is an Aries thing to do. It's almost just like whatever happens, let it happen, let it ride out. And it's like you'll be rewarded for that. Like something will work out in your favor. I want to channel this again. Hold on. How should pile one handle a situation? I also feel like at the same time, something about this situation calls for you guys to understand people on a deeper level, like more than meets the eye. Like forget about surface level, forget about somebody's tone, forget about how somebody looks, forget about what somebody's actions are, and kind of go with that what you can't see type of energy, but what you're feeling. Like maybe this situation is happening because of this, or maybe this person doesn't mean to be this way, but it's probably because of this, that, and the next. And I think on some type of level, a lot of us do get in touch with this type of energy, but then our ego kicks in and we're like, well, that doesn't make an excuse because blah, 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 blah. But it's almost like that will help you by thinking like that, by understanding why people act the way they do. So I want to get some clarifiers for these oracle cards, and then we'll move on. Oh. Okay, Page of Cups in reverse, Three of Wands in reverse, Three of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, a lot of threes. One more. Nope. Queen of Cups in reverse. Five of Cups, bottom of the deck. So there's something about this Pisces energy that I'm seeing in your mind. Like you guys maybe don't want, look, mending. There's something you guys don't want to do, but you may feel like you should do it. Or maybe you feel like spirit wants you to do it, you know, something like that. But you guys don't want to put in that work. Maybe you guys don't want to change a certain thing, behavior, belief. How should pile one? You guys may not be seeing a situation clearly because you yourselves may not be happy currently, I feel like. I guess would the situation be different if you guys were happy? I feel like there's something you guys don't want to do, you don't feel passionately about, and this is what's creating a problem. Now, when I say like you don't feel passionately about this, I mean, it's just something you guys don't want to do, or maybe you guys don't feel like you're wrong about something like that. Peter Pan. So I'll read the card and I'm going to channel, but this is, I believe, about somebody who didn't want to grow up. Four of Swords. Go within. Okay. How should pile one handle the situation they're currently nervous about? Maybe you guys feel like you have to act. And maybe that is the thing you don't want to do, is not act on something. Because the message here is to take a chance on something you're not familiar with. So I'm going to say it's an energy or an action, something that makes you feel uncomfortable. So you don't want to do it. You would rather do what you guys normally do, what makes you comfortable. But I feel like if you do the opposite, there's a better outcome to it for you guys. But let's channel. How should pile one handle a situation they're currently nervous about? I feel like I'm getting this peekaboo energy within your guys' thoughts. Like you guys may go in and out of being consciously aware of how you guys should be handling the situation, but it's like almost as if that doesn't resonate with what you actually want to do. So let's read the cards. If I can find the page, hold on. Oh, here we go. Peter Pan. A ship is often depicted in mythological or spiritual teachings as a vehicle of the soul, moving consciousness from one shore to the next. In the fairy tale Peter Pan, Wendy and her brothers not only learn to fly, freeing themselves from the physical limitations of time and space, but they also land on an island and encounter a great ship where Captain Hook rules. Captain Hook and his band of pirates symbolize the chaotic elements of the underworld, our untamed fears. Tinkerbell is the elemental spirit within us, the fairy diva. She is a light body and can produce spells for good or evil depending on the calling of the heart. Wendy and her brothers represent humanity. They are tethered to the poles and roots of their incarnation, yet by believing in other worlds, they manifest the ability to soar beyond the boundaries of time. Traditionally, the seventh major trump is known as the chariot. This mechanical device is seen as a symbol for the body, which carries the mind and spirit. The charioteer stands for the inner self, and the horses represent the divine willpower that must be harnessed. This card calls for balance between the earth-centered life and the life of spirit. When individuals are in touch with their inner guides, they know not to control the guidance, but to move gracefully according to their environment. Open, free to explore, and reveling in the spiral dance of day and night, the balance of light and dark. In the story of Peter Pan, this archetypal pattern is at work. The children are tempted to stay in Never Never Land forever, becoming eternal children like Peter Pan, and never reaching the maturation stage of the human soul. But the children are symbolic of the part of us that must return to the center, finding our way back home after having experienced all of life's adventures. In a sense, Peter Pan is like the two horses of the chariot, symbolizing the elemental will that moves us beyond, pulling us forever forward into our adventures, untamed and unbridled. Ultimately, the quest of our journey is to find our sanctuary and soul heritage. The Chariot, Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, and the Great Ship are all guiding and illuminating facets of our cosmic self. Another idea needs to be remembered here. As we encounter obstacles and sudden twists and turns on the road ahead, we must not panic. A term supposedly engendered by the cry of the great god of wild nature, Pan. Because the comet planetoid Chiron was only discovered in 77, it has not yet achieved a position within the 22-fold system of the major arcana. However, a likely place for it would be here in alignment with the Chariot and Peter Pan. Chiron begins with the Chi of Chariot, with the of Chariot and child. Peter Pan signifies the child who always stays young at heart. As this book was written, Chiron had been traveling in the sign Cancer for the first time in nearly 50 years. Cancer is the zodiacal sign traditionally associated with this card. Chiron is often associated with the key that opens doorways to higher consciousness, the qualities of the maverick, the wounded healer, and the ageless wisdom teachings. The soaring joy of Peter Pan and the flickering light of Tinkerbell are associated with the positive qualities of Chiron, while the darker presence of Captain Hook seems to be aligned with the chirotic wounds of the past that are difficult to heal. It is also interesting in this regard to remember that the captain has a hook in place of a hand, and that the Greek root meaning of Chiro is hand. When this card appears in your reading, move steadily in life and uncover your secret resources. Ride the middle path, a road that eventually turns around completely and takes you home. While it makes sense to strive for safety and security on a day-to-day basis, allow yourself the freedom to dream, fantasize, and to be adventuresome. Research the deeper meaning of the ageless wisdom, for Peter Pan is the archetype of eternal youth. Once you have contacted the enchantment of Never Never Land within your soul, you will have opened the door to immortal love. Travel home to the root of your wisdom. If you believe you can, you will. Traditional tarot archetype, the Chariot. Zodiacal ruler, Cancer. Oh, I like that. So I think this was that that energy, like peekaboo energy, where it's like you go in and out of knowing what it is you're supposed to do or how you're supposed to handle the situation. And it's like you would rather do what you're used to. Four of Swords, while we are young, we are especially open to the currents of sudden change and new direction in life. At crucial stages of development, an individual begins to construct thoughts in a more meaningful way. In this card, inner truth, represented by the stream, accompanied by the desire to understand freedom, the raft emerges from the watery depths of the past. The fishing swords or lines, the raft is a metaphor for a mind newly constructed up on the idea that budding consciousness is yet to be found. The hope for higher knowledge is seen in the distance, only partially visible. In this card, freedom and form are a graceful pair represented by the white bird that leads the boys on their journey. Fishing is often a relaxing activity, as is floating down a stream on a raft. As you seek to retrieve memory images from the unconscious realm in order to build your future, strive to duplicate the quiet rhythm of the river you see in this card. Do not rush your process. Imagine yourself to be a fisherman, deepening your knowledge and dropping your line into the unknown waters of life. Anticipate the big catch. The stage of mental maturation can begin at any age. It comes when we feel the urge to build a new foundation of awareness. A time for rest or more tranquil surroundings may enhance the quality of your life. Be at peace as you enter the waters of deep change and initiation. So I think the message here is, if you guys listen to that inner voice, you guys go within. And what did I say before? I think if you guys meditate on the situation beforehand and you kind of create this reality that you want to happen, I think it can happen, but as long as you go about it differently and not in the same way maybe you guys normally do. And I think, you know, the reason we cling on to our old ways is because it makes us more comfortable, because we have an idea of the outcome. So I almost feel like that's the message from Spirit, is that if you try something new, like, we got your back, trust us. So there may be like a new mindset coming in, something like that. Something awakening, something opening you guys up to something new, a different thought process in regards to handle situations that make you guys nervous. And that within itself may make you guys nervous to try something new, because you're already thinking of either the outcome you don't know or an outcome you may not like. But I feel like Spirit is saying you guys will like the outcome if you try this thing that you don't believe will give you the outcome you want. So I hope that made sense. And that's all I got for you, Pile 1. So I hope it helps. I hope it resonates. And yeah. All right. Bye, guys. Hi, Pile 2. Okay, so we're going to channel how should you handle a situation you guys are currently nervous about. So what I meditated for you guys was the number 4 in regards to how to handle this situation in a balanced and grounded way, and like in a logical way. So I'm going to shuffle. We're going to look for the Fool in tarot, and we're going to look at the card on the left and the card on the right, and then that will tell the storyline in regards to how you guys should handle the situation. How should I handle the situation you're currently nervous about? All right. Here we go. Okay, the Tower in reverse is on the left, and then we have 2 of Pentacles on the right. Okay, all right, so let's get to it. Okay. All right, I'm going to start channeling. How should Pile 2 handle a situation they're currently nervous about? Oh my God, you know what I'm picking up on? Remember how you guys got the number 8, Mars, and Pisces? I am picking up on Mars and Pisces right now. So Mars and Pisces, I feel like, can feel at times, not all the time, like you're walking through the fog. Like you can't see clearly, because Pisces energy are the things you feel but you don't see. And Mars is how you move around physically, like how you go after what it is you want, how you win, how you achieve, how you move around in the world. So it's like you're moving around in fog. And this could be a good thing, like trusting your intuition. Why am I'm picking up on Xena and intuition. I'm seeing you guys, like, it's like you guys found this door in the dark through the fog. I feel like your faith, trusting your intuition, I feel like is the message here. I want to pull cards and then I'll channel again. How should Pile 2 And it's like doors will open this way for you guys. But it's just funny because that's the opposite of what I channeled, and I feel like that's the opposite of what we pulled. We got the tarot, the tower in reverse, which is getting your feet on the ground again. And then we have Two of Pentacles, which is balancing something out. Or it could be multitasking. Ten of Cups in reverse, okay. I feel like this represents that energy of not liking, not knowing where something's going. Shit. I feel like it was in reverse. Nine of Swords in reverse. I feel like it was, but I'll channel it again. I feel like Xena represents like the spiritual warrior, something like that. And I feel like that's why Mars is coming through. Mars in Pisces, the spiritual warrior. Like letting your intuition navigate you guys. The Hangman, there's that Pisces energy. Temperance in reverse. Okay. Six of Wands in reverse. Bottom of the deck. I just want to look at the cards. All right, let's channel this. How should pile 2 handle a situation occur? I feel like you guys shouldn't allow time to be a factor in whatever this is. I feel like the message is like time is an illusion. It's more like focus on the light within despite the darkness. And what is that light message telling you? Okay, I'm going to pull some oracle cards. I feel like this is where there's confusion, because temperance is 1 foot in both worlds, you know, like understanding like the spiritual realm as well as the physical realm, and it's in reverse. I feel like it makes you guys uncomfortable to just go with your intuition solely. And I almost feel like that's why I was channeling the number 4, handling whatever the situation is in a balanced, grounded way. Handle it smart. But I feel like that is your answer. Like, trusting your intuition would be the stability, would be grounded, would be balanced, would be handling whatever this is smart. Sometimes those are the answers in situations where people are just like, I just knew, my intuition was guiding me, you know, sometimes even in survival situations, you know. So it may not feel like it makes much sense, but sometimes those are the things that actually make the most sense. Okay, a higher power. Loyal heart. No place like home. Breathe. So anytime I see this card, I always think of 12th house energy, like where we go back to, where we come from. So whatever that looks like to you guys. But I feel like technically that's home. And this is more of an experience that we make feel like home, because that's part of it. But I feel like, you know, we're asking, why is the Hangman here, which is Pisces energy, 12th house energy. No place like home. It's like, trust your instincts. They're given to us for a reason here on Earth. Observer. So anytime I see the fox, I always think of that energy of wanting to do things in a way that makes the most sense, but sometimes it just doesn't work for every situation. It just doesn't. So I want to pull some more tarot. I'll channel again. How should pile one? Handle situation. King of Swords. I feel like this is cutting through the fog. The Mars in Pisces energy. Through your guys's logic, through your groundedness, through your balanced energy, through your stability. Oh. Okay, so we have Ace of Pentacles, the Empress, the Moon. The unknown. I can tell you guys right now, it's the unknown that makes you guys feel uncomfortable in this situation. But I feel like your intuition is trying to guide you, and you guys may not be listening to it. Maybe you feel like there needs to be more of a practical way to go about this. I feel like the solution to this issue is in your mind. Like the answer is in your mind already. On a spiritual level. So 9 of Swords, when it's in reverse, it means like coming out of, you know, issues, difficulties. Because when it's straight up, this is waking up in the middle of the night with like mental conflicts, nightmares. But it's in reverse. Loyal, and Ace of Pentacles. Trusting in something higher than you guys is what I'm picking up on. 10 of Cups in reverse. Higher power, King of Swords. Again, I feel like this is that energy of walking through the fog, quote unquote, like Mars and Pisces. Okay, so let's channel this a little more. I feel like what I'm seeing is that you guys can see through the bullshit. Like you guys can see something clearly. But maybe you have issues trusting that because you can't actually, I don't know, see it. You know what I mean? Like, even though you're seeing it, you're more like feeling it, picking up on it based off of this, based off of that, but there's no actual facts. Hold on one second. I remember, what did I see again? I almost feel like the Two of Pentacles came through in the beginning of this reading because in order to, you know, make yourself feel safe again, grounded again, like your feet are on the ground, you need to apply logic and your intuition together. Kylo, the Magician, bottom of the deck. Kylo. So you guys got number 8 with the dice. And the number 8 is, I always think of the 8th house. And these are the things we cannot see, literally, but we feel. The things we know going on behind our back. Or even you can look at it as like things going on internally in our bodies, because you can't really see that either. But you feel, you know something's up with this. You know something's up with that. And I think because Mars is here, how you guys move around, you guys can navigate this energy a little bit better because Pisces is coming through as well, which talks about very similar things in regards to the fact that you could feel something but not quite seeing it 100%. Two of Hearts. Oh, I like this card. I've never seen this. Oh, hey. How should pile 2 handle a situation they're currently nervous about? Peter Pan. Bottom of the deck, 4 swords. Okay, so let's channel this. So I feel like I'm seeing you guys climb something in the dark and you're being guided by spirit. That's what I'm seeing. I feel like this card is like the bridge connecting you to spirit. Like the moves you make, it's like your guides or your higher self. I feel like it's your higher self. So let's read the cards, the two cards. Two of Hearts. Sacred union and attraction in the feeling realm are personified by the mermaid and the merman in this card. A rainbow connects and balances them. Two dolphins representing the intelligence of the universe leap over the rainbow in unison and joy. According to classical myth, the dolphin was placed among the stars as the constellation Delphinus. I think I'm pronouncing that wrong. Because it played the role of matchmaker, merging the sea goddess Aphrodite with Poison. This card can symbolize either two people sharing love or two aspects of a person striving for unity and wholeness. Therefore, marriage in all its forms is associated with this card. I feel like what I'm picking up on is the two aspects of a person striving for unity and wholeness. It is from this place of divine union that we encounter balance and integrity in the polarity of the sexes. Two in any suit attracts the potential to regulate duality. You may be sharing your heart with another at this time, one whom you feel to be a beloved mate. This spiritual partner could be an actual lover, a friend, or a higher awakening. It's a higher awakening. As you meditate on the deeper meanings of this card, remember that your own heart can be a rainbow bridge of living color and light, linking you to the source of the divine child within and helping you heal old wounds in the heart of a loved one. I like that. Peter Pan. A ship is often depicted in mythological or spiritual teachings as a vehicle of the soul, moving consciousness from one shore to the next. In the fairy tale Peter Pan, Wendy and her brothers not only learn to fly, freeing themselves from the physical limitations of time and space, but they also land on an island and encounter a great ship where Captain Hook rules. Captain Hook and his band of pirates symbolize the chaotic elements of the underworld, our untamed fears. Tinkerbell is the elemental spirit within us, the fairy diva. She is a light body and can produce spells for good or evil depending on the calling of the heart. Wendy and her brothers represent humanity. They are tethered in the poles and roots of their incarnation, yet by believing in other worlds, they manifest the ability to soar beyond the boundaries of time. Traditionally, the seventh major trump is known as the chariot. This mechanical device is seen as a symbol for the body, which carries the mind and spirit. The charioteer stands for the inner self, and the horses represent the divine willpower that must be harnessed. This card calls for balance between the earth-centered life and the life of spirit. When individuals are in touch with their inner guides, they know not to control the guidance, but to move gracefully according to their environment. Open, free to explore, and revealing in the spiral dance of day and night, the balance of light and dark. In the story of Peter Pan, this archetypal pattern is at work. The children are tempted to stay in Never Never Land forever, becoming eternal children like Peter Pan and never reaching the maturation stage of the human soul. But the children are symbolic of the part of us that must return to the center, finding our way back home after having experienced all of life's adventures. In a sense, Peter Pan is like the two horses of the chariot, symbolizing the elemental will that moves us beyond, pulling us forever forward into our adventures, untamed and unbridled. Ultimately, the quest of our journey is to find our sanctuary and soul heritage. The chariot, Peter Pan, Tinkerbell, and the great ship are all guiding and illuminating facets of our cosmic self. Another idea needs to be remembered here. As we encounter obstacles and sudden twists and turns to the road ahead, we must not panic, a term supposedly engendered by the cry of the great god of wild nature, Pan. Because the comet planetoid Chiron was only discovered in 77, it has not yet achieved a position within the 22-fold system of the major arcana. However, a likely place for it would be here in alignment with the chariot and Peter Pan. Chiron begins with the of chariot and child. Peter Pan signifies the child who always stays young at heart. As this book was written, Chiron had been traveling in the sign Cancer for the first time in nearly 50 years. Cancer is the zodiacal sign traditionally associated with this card. Chiron is often associated with the key that opens doorways to higher consciousness, the qualities of the maverick, the wounded healer, and the ageless wisdom teachings. The soaring joy of Peter Pan and the flickering light of Tinkerbell are associated with the positive qualities of Chiron, while the darker presence of Captain Hook seems to be aligned with the chirotic wounds of the past that are difficult to heal. It is also interesting in this regard to remember that the captain has a hook in place of a hand, and that the Greek root meaning of Chiron is hand. When this card appears in your reading, move steadily in life and uncover your secret resources. Ride the middle path, a road that eventually turns around completely and takes you home. While it makes sense to strive for safety and security on a day-to-day basis, allow yourself the freedom to dream, fantasize, and be adventuresome. Research the deeper meaning of the ageless wisdom for Peter Pan is the archetypal of eternal youth. Once you have contacted the enchantment of Never Never Land within your soul, you will have opened the door to immortal love. Travel home to the root of your wisdom. If you believe you can, you will. Traditional tarot archetype, chariot, zodiacal ruler, Cancer. Remember how I said you guys are letting your intuition guide you, and in the dark you're able to open this door? This is what I feel like it comes back to. Once you have contacted the enchantment of Never Never Land within your soul, you will have opened the door to immortal love. Travel home to the root of your wisdom. If you believe you can, you will. So I feel like this situation that you guys are stressed out about really calls for you guys to trust your intuition. And what's interesting here is in this part it says, when individuals are in touch with their inner guides, they know not to control the guidance, but to move gracefully according to their environment. Open, free to explore, and reveling in the spiral dance of day and night, the balance of light and dark. This is when I was seeing you guys climb up this, like mountain, something that was difficult. And I can see your higher self like guiding you to keep going up, and you guys are following it. At one point, I felt like I saw your higher self doing, I really thought I was channeling Pinocchio's dad for a second there. You know how like the puppet, like you guys are really being advised to do something a certain kind of way. Not that you guys are a puppet, but just like your intuition, I feel like, is really speaking to you guys at this time. I feel like this is the Ace of Pentacles. And it's with like love. And groundedness, and groundedness here, but smart energy. but I feel like it's difficult because you don't know where it's going. It's like you're listening to something that doesn't physically exist. You're letting your soul guide you. You know, I feel like this is what I'm seeing, because when I see dolphins, I think of getting messages from spirit. And then this is supposed to be the boat that guides your soul. How should you guys handle this situation that you're nervous about? Definitely by trusting your intuition. By trusting your higher self. I feel like your higher self is guiding you at this time. And it may not feel that great because it's not something that's physically tangible. So yeah, that's what I got for you guys. And I hope it helped. I hope it resonated. All right. Bye, guys.